You may not be aware of this, but over the past 2, I think almost 3 weeks, we as a collective society, while everything else is falling apart in the world, have been having our eyes glued to our phones for constant updates on what has been described as the most significant battle royale of our lifetimes. And it got nothing to do with Fortnite. It got nothing to do with Apex Legends. It has to do with a bunch of people in New Orleans that escaped from jail. And as the days have gone by, they've been rounded up because obviously these are not the stealthiest people under the sun. And it's to the point where at time of recording, we have 2 people left standing who are out there in the world free and clear. And my money, I'm just going to be honest, is on Derek because something about him strikes me as he knows how to get out of a situation and remain quiet because the rest of these people have not been doing such a good job. But instead of focusing on the semantics of how these individuals broke out of jail because they escaped via a toilet system, we're going to focus on this individual because he has several family members who are giving their thoughts about him escaping from prison. And we're going to show you 2 different sets of reactions. First, we're going to focus on his mom and his grandfather who want him to turn himself in.
Reward increases, so do the pleas from family members of Antoine Massey, now asking him to turn himself in.
WDSU reporter Elizabeth Kubel picks up our live team coverage. And Elizabeth, you're hearing from Massey's mom and grandfather, both with a passionate plea today.
I am, Gina, passionate and emotional. They desperately want Antoine Massey to turn himself in, and they are hoping that he hears this exact message from them.
Hey, Antoine, this is Mama.
Antoine Massey's mom pleading directly to her son.
Antoine, I'm begging you, son. I'm broken. Please get in touch with Reverend Brown, your grandfather, your aunties, your sister, somebody, and turn yourself in. I need you. I cannot do this, son. I can't. I love you. Please hear my cry.
She talked over the phone as other family members, including his grandfather, made that same emotional request in person.
If you out there, your children, you got 2 beautiful babies, man. They need you bad. Your little son is asking for his dad. He don't know where you may be. And I don't want to keep on wondering where you may be. If I saw you anywhere, man, I will go with you to jail. I will be there every day if you needed me to. Just please give yourself up, son.
Family members say they have no idea where Massey is or could be right now after deputies say he was one of 10 inmates who busted out of the Orleans Parish Jail almost 2 weeks ago now and is one of the remaining 2 still yet to be caught.
Right now, if you don't feel anything for us, you can keep running if you want to. But we feel a lot for you. That's all I want, just for him to turn himself in.
Yeah, and family really wants this to end safely as well, without Massey or law enforcement getting hurt.
You could look at these reactions and you could understand that these are family members who genuinely care and probably recognize that their family member, their son, their grandson have done something wrong and he was facing the consequences, and now he saw an opportunity to relieve himself of those consequences, but it's not in the best interest of his children and they're recommending he turn himself in. And that's a pretty good thing to say, especially when you run the risk of your family member going to jail and them breaking out and then them contacting you, and if you don't respond by phoning that into the cops, you might go to jail, much like all these other individuals who had family who helped them out even a little bit, and now they're sitting in jail.
If you have a family member that still have not been captured and they escaped from New Orleans jail, listen to me clearly. I know it's easier said than done, but I have people that done did real time that we had to juice, okay? If they contact you over the phone, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a number that you don't recognize, so you don't know that's them calling. You pick up that phone, you hear that's them, say a quick prayer, pray over them, let them know, baby, please don't contact me no more. And I have to let the police know that you just called. Click, hang up the phone. That's going to let them know that the police going to probably ping wherever that call was made. So get out of there. But I got to report it because I'm not going to jail, especially if you have kids, young kids. Let them know, baby, I love you. I'm praying for you, but I got to let you go. I have to report this call and hang up. You're not going to get in trouble for that because you got to report the call. You following the law. Tell them, I got to report the call, hang up that phone, and hope that they got common sense enough to know, let me get the fuck for their ping where this call was made. Because, baby, they going to get you. Everybody that helped them inmates, they harbored fugitives. So they're going to get jail time. So not only was the inmates captured, but the family that harbored them and called themselves helping them, incarcerated too. Y'all listen, I know it's hard. I pray for every single family they have to go through that. Look, my cousins, we done had to put money on the books, take care of the kids, all of that. You hear me? I know it's hard. And I know it's scary because you don't know what they're going to do to them when they capture them. But do not put yourself in a position where you lose your freedom. You ain't no good to them if you locked up. At least if they get captured, you can wait till the dust settle, wait till they get their paperwork in jail, wait till they get caught up and all that in jail. Go see them, visit them, send them their commissary, send them some money on the books for the phone. But do not get them phone calls, y'all, and don't report that shit to the police. Don't do that.
And then you have the reaction from his auntie that strikes me just a little bit as someone who doesn't recognize that Buddy needs to be in jail.
But right now, our family is going through. You is opening up old wounds that we are trying to bury. We are trying to bury them. Y'all making my nephew out to be a monster. He is not a monster. Is Antoine a problem child? Of course. Anybody who know us know that. Has Antoine been a problem since they fucking won? Yes. But how did he get that way? Y'all know how he got that way. From watching his father get executed in front of him, but he's not the only one that it done affected. It affected his sister. It affected his mama. It affected all of his siblings. Do you understand what I'm saying? It affected all of them. But this is his story with it. His sister right now is locked up and incarcerated from allegedly helping him. Allegedly helping him. She ain't been right since she seen the murder of her father. I need for y'all to lift this family up in prayer. To tell us, where y'all at, man? Do y'all want to relive this shit again? Y'all still ain't healed from my brother death. Y'all still ain't healed from his death. And y'all gonna watch this shit go down in national TV, bro. I'm trying not to get upset because I've been crying all day at work today and I had to flip tables in there. This not his fault, y'all, and I'm not taking no sides. And I'm not trying to make excuses for him. But this not for him, y'all, because trust me, he's scared right now. He's scared. He want to go home because he the type of nigga, he will make decisions and think afterwards.
I could imagine the woman he beat was scared too.
Because he not all there. Am I saying he don't know right from wrong? Yes, he know right from wrong.
I can't tell the way this is not his first rodeo.
He grown, but the system raised him. He been in jail 14 years of his life. Come home, domestic violence, he back in there. All he wanted to do is see his mama who just come home. All he wanted to do is see his baby graduate. But we know that's not the way of going by doing. But in his mind it is. It's his mind he can't do 14 more years. And the crazy part about it is he was the one with the lesser charges.
And the sick part is not that this woman is wearing a New Orleans Saints hat. It's the fact that I'm supposed to sit here and garner like a level of sympathy for somebody who clearly doesn't deserve it. Because when I read this to you, escaped inmate Antoine Massey is accused of beating and strangling a woman last November after she reported him for a previous alleged attack. Police say that the assault began around 2 a.m. when Massey confronted a woman he was dating in Slidell. He allegedly assaulted her after discovering she had reported him for domestic abuse. You know, those things go hand in hand with one another. You report somebody for abuse and then they come back for round two. You know, that doesn't really help your stances anywhere. According to court documents, Massey then drove the woman to his grandfather's house in New Orleans East, where he beat her with a pot and threatened to kill her. The woman told police Massey continued to assault her as he drove to multiple restaurants. Each time she tried to escape or flag down help, Massey allegedly dragged her back into the vehicle. Court records state that during one of these attempts, he strangled her unconscious. Obviously, this is not somebody who should be out and about and should probably turn themselves in, because there's the risk to where if he gets caught, could end with him dead. And now this grieving mother and this grieving grandfather are going to sit there with the reality. Yeah, their family member is a dumbass. But you also have that element from random people online who will say things like this, trying to garner sympathy for being a human being with flaws. And you know what? Maybe that could work on somebody, but when Antoine Massey is someone who has a history of escapes dating back to 2007, including incidents in 2019 and 2023, his criminal record encompasses charges such as kidnapping, rape, domestic assault, and auto theft, you start to understand that, fuck being a human, you're just a piece of shit who deserves this type of consequence. And let's be clear, they all are in jail for probably the same or different reasons. And they belong there, especially if you sitting in Angola. But what we're not about to do is play this little cute game of, oh, y'all don't understand this or y'all don't understand that. Your layers of me wanting to understand go out the way once I find out what you did. Because maybe there's that conversation of you being falsely imprisoned. But when there's a cascade of evidence and court documents that help prove that you're a piece of shit, my sympathy for you goes out of the window. And while you had this opportunity to experience fresh air again and experience what it means to be a free man, eventually you're going to get caught. Hell, maybe as I'm recording this, you have been caught. But who knows? Time will tell once I start editing this video. But people need to stop doing this. Stop playing this little game where I'm supposed to feel bad for somebody I'm clearly not supposed to feel bad for. It's fun to fanatically place bets on all these dudes, but that's about the extent of it. Anything where we're supposed to have a real conversation or a thought-provoking conversation around people who don't deserve it is where y'all lose everybody. So can we just not? I know you got hope, Auntie, but there's a reason why hope is only for the people who are hopeful. You are just banking on somebody's sympathy, and your nephew don't fucking deserve it. And I hope for the mother and the grandfather, there's an semblance of peace to where he gains his conscience back and recognizes, yeah, he's fucked up in life and he's fucked it up further, but maybe through the grace of God and turning himself in, there could be some layer of forgiveness at some point. That way he could see his children again. That way they could maybe be a family again. Or he could rot in jail for the rest of his days in Angola, because let's be honest, he's not going back to the same prison he broke out of, because who would be dumb enough to put them back in the exact same fucking jail that they broke out of? But that's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Who do you think out of these two are going to be the last man standing? Place your bets, and I'll be excited to let you all know in the future if you won or if you lost. I will see you all in the next one. Mwah! Goodbye.